What the fuck? Jesus, have you seen the colour of this water? Right, so little context here before we go on. This is actually the second part of what became a two-parter because I didn't plan things properly and I just talked for too long. This is the second part of the video where I shrink down the Indigofera Fargo shirt. In the first part, we looked at the measurements, we looked at the details. It's going to be worth checking that out. Like, maybe even skip over and check that out, like, right now. Like, now. There's a link up in the corner, so I'll see you in a second. Back? Okay, great. Hope you enjoyed that. Now you know a little bit more about the context. I'm just about to climb in the bathtub. So maybe you're just here to see me in the bathtub. Fair enough? Right, got a bathtub full of hot water, or at least as hot as I think I can take it. I want it to be hot because I don't want to do this twice. I don't want to go through the faff of having to, or at least soak it twice. So as hot as possible, so it's going to shrink down as much as possible the one and only time. Then I've got a bunch of towels because this is going to get very wet and messy. I've got a bottle of water because it's important to stay hydrated. And I've got my iPad because I'm going to be in there for half an hour, so I want to catch up on my stories. No, I'm not going to wear my jeans in the bath. Yeah, okay, that's quite hot. It's also the weirdest thing in the world to get in your bath with your underwear still on. And a shirt. Okay, that's almost too hot. Ha 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 ha. I'm pretty sure I'm making myself sterile here. Okay, that's me fully submerged. Incredibly uncomfortable, quite weirded out for the next half hour. And I'm already starting to sweat like a motherfucker. What the fuck? Jesus, have you seen the colour of this water? Right, something that didn't occur to me, that should have occurred to me, but didn't because I'm a moron. One of the main reasons that I always suggest people to soak their denims, like as soon as they get them, if sandfries, unsanfries, whatever. Aside from getting the shrink out of unsanfries denim, it's also important to get all the starch and other crap that's added during the weaving process. It's important to get that out of the denim. It helps with the longevity of the denim. And yeah, of course, this is unsanfries denim. It's not seen water, so it's still got all the starch and whatever else that's been added to the cotton to make sure that it goes through the loom okay. It's still got that in, and so yeah, you can see here this water is completely brown. This is actually the most extreme that I've seen for a long time, and I don't really want this next to my skin, not at all. So plan B is going to be, what is plan B going to be? Plan B is that I'm going to drain this water off. I'm going to take a shower to get whatever starch or whatever other chemicals are on me off me, and then the shirt's going back in to get a proper soak, and then I will see how I feel. I'll see how much comes out, and I'll see how much comes out when I rinse it as well. Then I'll see how I feel about wearing it out wet then. But yeah, that's murky. Okay, I'm clean. Shirt is back in the bath, soaking away. It's in much hotter water this time around, and it's got much less brown whatever this time around as well. I think what happened was that whatever was still on the fabric, whatever water-soluble starch or whatever else it was, as soon as that touched the water for the very first time, it just fell out of the shirt, and that's why we saw such an extreme result from that water. But anyway, that's going to stay in there for, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour, probably an hour because I should actually get some work done. That'll stay in there, and then I'll see how much still runs out of it. I'll see what the water's like in an hour, and then I'll make a decision on whether or not I'm going to wear it out wet. Much later on. Turns out when you're away for 10 days and you don't answer any emails, they kind of back up. So anyway, the water is completely cold. the shirt has been soaking for 3 hours, 3.5 hours. I'm not going to wear it because I've actually got to go and see a client now, so it really wouldn't be that good to turn up in a wet shirt. It'd be kind of weird, and also I don't want to be that uncomfortable for that long, and it's 5 o'clock in the evening, it's not going to dry tonight. Pragmatism has taken over here. What's going to happen now, I'm going to take them out of the bath, I'm going to hang it up on the balcony when it's nice and warm, and by tomorrow morning it's going to be dry. And I won't have done anything uncomfortable. The water is still quite brown, nowhere near as bad as it was before. I'm going to put it back in, I'm just going to rinse it out with the shower a little bit. What's really interesting, what I hadn't really expected, was that it's lost absolutely no indigo. Like, there was a lot of stuff coming out of it, but none of it was blue, it was all brown. Right, well that's dead, which is kind of convenient actually. Okay, that can just hang there for the night. I don't think it's even going to take that long to dry. Yeah, it's better over there. Okay, it was way too bright out there to properly talk to you, he says, when the sun just goes away. But anyway, it's hanging there, it's just hanging there, and yeah, within, I think by this evening, it's pretty warm out there, direct sunlight, it's going to be dry. And that just means by tomorrow morning, I can get up and do the measuring. Right, kind of got distracted, this has been out here for like 2 days or something like that, and so it's 100% bone dry, and I guess my tomatoes probably want a little bit of sunlight. See, I have tomatoes. I mean, things are actually growing on the balcony. But yeah, let's get this thing in, let's get it measured up, and let's see about the fit. What on earth is it doing down there? Okay, so Matt said this was going to shrink around about 10%. So if I did my mathematics right, then this should now be the perfect fit. What do we start with? Chest. The chest was 61. Chest is now 58. Then shoulders, but that's gone down to 48. Okay, it's only lost a centimeter. Let's see how it fits. Length was 74. Wow, okay. The length is now 68.5. Arm length. Now, the arm length was the thing that I was really worried about, because there's nothing sloppier than having a shirt that's just like hanging over your fingertips. And this really, really was before. So let's see how much we've lost in the arm length. Before it was 67.5. Now it's 62.5, which I think is going to be perfect. Denim is a bit crispy, but I would really expect that when it's been soaked. I mean, you know what it's like when you wash even your oldest, most worn pair of jeans. The denim gets a bit crispy, then after about 5 minutes of wearing them, all of that crispiness just falls out and you get nice soft denim. And yeah, this is now the perfect fit. This is exactly what I was wanting from this shirt. It's that the arm length is perfect, it sits like just below the wrist, just on the hand. There's enough room for my watch underneath the cuff, which is great, because that's not always the way with shirts. And then in the chest, hopefully it's not messing up the microphone. In the chest, yeah, I've still got plenty of movement, but it's not sort of just falling off me from the shoulders. And the shoulders are actually totally okay. Maybe I just mismeasured the shoulders before. And yeah, the length is perfect now. It was really too long before. Now it's just sitting exactly where it should. Sitting exactly where it should when it's a denim shirt that's not meant to be tucked in. It's an overshirt. Right, yeah, the denim. The denim has crisped up a lot, and that hairiness that I was talking about before, that's really, really popped out, because as the denim shrunk up, the fibers have like soaked up all that water, they've twisted up, they've tightened up, and that's just meant that the hairiness kind of like bursts out of it. So it's getting a lot of character. And also, as I said, it's crisped up a lot, like all denim, I think all fabric does when it's been through the wash. But that's just going to mean that the that the creases, like I guess that's going to be honeycombs that's going to happen around about the elbows, they're going to set in really, really nicely. And here's a good tip, and this is a good tip from Matt, the Indigofera guy. He told me when I bought my first Indigofera piece, which is the Grant or the Gant jacket. Yeah, he said, like, listen, if you really want to like kickstart the fades a little bit, then all you have to do is in the elbow creases, like just get your hands, like whenever you've washed your hands, which you'll be doing a lot just now, Corona, etc. Anyway, whenever you wash your hands, just like take a little bit of that water and just rub it on the inside of your elbows. And then just like move it a little bit. It really works. It really, really does work. That simple thing meant that I get some pretty impressive elbow creases going on. A little bit of cheating, but that's fine. For the fit, right, I would say, so this is a medium? Yeah, this is a medium. And it was, as you saw before, it fitted very, very big. And it's shrunk down one size. It's gone from medium to a small. I'm a large in mostly all other things. Indigofera seem to run slightly larger, at least in the Fargo shirt, they seem to run slightly larger. Yeah, so I would say if you're looking for a well-fitted denim shirt, something you're going to like wear over a t-shirt or maybe just wear nothing underneath it, then I would go one size up and it's going to shrink down to the size that you want it to be. If you're wanting to have an overshirt, which I feel the Fargo is a little bit more on the following the side of an overshirt rather than a shirt, I might consider sizing one size up so it shrinks down so you can still fit something a little bit bulkier under here. I don't think I could fit very much more than a t-shirt under this. I couldn't be wearing like a heavy Henley or something like this. This works for exactly what I want it because I just want to wear it as a layering piece. I don't want to wear it as like an outer layer. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're thinking about going for this shirt as your next denim shirt, which you really should. It's a very good option. What I'm really into is how the pockets have shrunk down around about the pocket lining. So obviously the pocket lining is not going to shrink at the same rate as the denim has. And that's just brought out a lot of texture around about the pocket. It's brought out the texture in that arc that's going on there. So I think that's just going to make some really, really beautiful fades. And this 11.5 ounce denim, I guess it's shrunk down to maybe around about 12 and a half ounces. I'm curious how it's going to soften up because I think it's going to soften up really, really nicely the more I wear it. It's going to be washed quite regularly as all denim shirts are because you're wearing it, you're sweaty, you're getting stinky. It's not like a pair of jeans that you can just like wear straight for 6 months. So the fades, I'm going to keep you updated on the fades. And as for unsanitized denim for a shirt, it's not something I ever considered, really. It's not something I saw before. I mean, I think with shirting, maybe brands are a little bit more reluctant to go with a shrink to fit denim for shirting because people are going to see it as being a little bit unpredictable. So it's very, very cool that Indigofera has developed this fabric and they've used it in their shirting. It gives you something a bit unique in that. And for this, I really, really have to say thank you to Pancho and Lefty. That is a store up in Sweden. It's one of these stores that's going to be like, it's a mecca. It's a mecca for not just denim heads, but for just beautiful, beautiful clothing. They've got a portfolio that I don't really know where to find that kind of portfolio in Europe, but the portfolio is amazing. So one of the places that I've not had a chance to visit yet, but as soon as I can, I'm definitely going to be heading up there. Anyway, they were the ones that turned me on to the shirt, and even though this is like a little bit of a collaboration between myself and Indigofera, these are the guys that sorted this all out. So guys, thank you very much. If you're interested in this shirt, you can jump over to the Pancho and Lefty website. It's available there, and you can see a bunch of really pretty pictures of it and check out the rest of their stuff. It's incredible. There's a link down below to that. And again, guys, thank you so much. It's actually really good timing that this turned up because the weather's getting warmer, but you still need, it gets a little bit cold at night. So you need like an outer layer, but something that's light enough to just throw in a bag or throw over your shoulder. So this is going to be perfect for that. And also it's going to be perfect just to get the fades kick started. Right, I'm getting kind of hungry, so it's time for me to go and get some lunch. And I'm also meeting a mate for lunch who's a denim head, so I can flex about my nice new shirt. And so, that is leaving me to say, guys, As always, I hope everyone is happy and healthy out there. Hope you're taking care of yourselves. Hope you're taking care of each other. And I'm going to see you in the next video.